Jim, I know you have an interesting take on NFTs, and I'd be curious for you to tell us what is an NFT and what is their potential future in your opinion?
So NFT has kind of got a bad start. A lot of folks when they hear it now, when it first came out, people were like, "Oh, that's just pictures, and I could just screenshot it." And the problem was is that a lot of people ran to that snake oil gold rush as has been kind of put into our mindset now. But a non-fungible token Yes. See, the problem is here is that what is it doing for you, right? The utility of a product or service is the usefulness to you, right? So what I tell people is, for example, when the metaverse from Facebook and all these virtual worlds are trying to stand up, they haven't found their legs yet, right? But I believe in a few generations, we're going to see this come back again. For example, let's take a game like Fortnite, right? It's free to play, but then they make their money from microtransactions as a skin of your character, a customization of your weapon, all these little things that you can buy as microtransactions, right? Because it's a way to kind of distinguish yourself, be an individual, express your artistic side, or just to stand out. And so I think what we're doing is we're seeing our younger generations being brought up with back in my day, we bought a video game and that was it. We paid the price to say was $50 and that was it. Nowadays, a developer releases a game and then you have to keep paying a monthly fee to update it, or you pay a subscription service to the PlayStation Network or what have you, and they keep just updating it. Like, look at Grand Theft Auto. But my point back to NFTs is that I believe the video game industry will cause us to eventually make it a default thing for a generation to have microtransactions. Now, I'll come back to why NFTs are important. It's authenticating experiences. So, for example, let's say let's see someone that's deceased that was a big person in music, Prince. Let's say, Rick, you attended the last Prince concert and you're at brunch on a Sunday. You're at a Sunday brunch among friends saying, yes, I was at the Prince comes up and, oh my goodness, he's he's gone too soon. And you bring it up, I was at the last concert. And of course, your buddies and friends might go, BS, there's no way you was at that show. And how many people keep their ticket stubs in their wallets or their pockets? They don't. But imagine you could pull up your metaverse profile or whatever social media profile in the future that will track your NFTs. And you'll be able to say, here is my NFT for the ticket stub for that concert. So, they're already doing your phone tickets with the barcode, but imagine it's an NFT now. That is your memory of that event, your proof that you had that life experience, right? So I believe the music industry could benefit from this. I'll give you another use case. Imagine you're going to buy a car and you have to deal with, signing the title and all the paperwork and so forth. But imagine you go to buy a car from, let's say, Toyota. You go buy a Toyota Tundra. I'm assuming that's still a model of a truck. But
Yep.
instead of having all this paperwork where paperwork can get lost and damaged or misplaced, you have an NFT that goes to a digital wallet. And you purchase, your title is an NFT that is verifiable by the Toyota, the manufacturer blockchain. I'll give you another use case. Nike is one of the top shoemakers in the world globally, right? There is a whole new industry of what I call resellers of sneakers, right? Like in all the major cities, they buy up the shoes when they come out and they resell them. So Nike is losing out on potentially hundreds of millions, if not billions of revenue from the resale. So what if your culture that grew up with Fortnite and micro purchases have been primed for this new world about proving authenticity? So now what happens is if I go buy a Nike, let's just make up a model called the 100D, and that's the hottest shoe out there. They only made 500 of them. There's going to be a lot of knockoffs. So for counterfeiting and knockoffs, how do you prove to your friends, I legit have this? Like the YouTuber that wants to say he has a Ferrari or 5 cars in his garage, he could be renting that house for the day, and people will call out rappers or young music artists. That's not really yours. Well, then you could just say, well, here's my digital wallet. Here's my NFTs showing that I have a Ferrari, a Bugatti. Here's all my NFTs that are verifiable by the Bugatti blockchain, the Ferrari blockchain. So back to Nike, that resale industry will be now every time a shoe is sold, the NFT has to come with it. It's kind of like that certificate of authenticity that shoe is real and Nike is validating. Now what happens is there might be people who don't even care about the physical product anymore in our future. They only care that they possess the NFT. Imagine that psychology shift from the actual real world to the virtual receipt of that authentic purchase or experience.